Hello, Mr. Nemo here. We're going to work on a couple problems for our upcoming geometry test. Today, or right now, I'm sorry, this video, we're going to be focused on volume. So if we have the volume of a cylinder, or you could think of it like a soup can. There's two ways I like to look at it. The first way is if you just take the surface area of the bottom. This is only the bottom of the can, or the top. I just don't want to color over my pretty number 3 up there. If you take the surface area and multiply it by how many layers of lids or the bottoms there are, well, in this case, there's 9 of them. So think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you find the surface area of the bottom and you multiply it times 9, which is like a stack of 9 up, and that's how you find your volume. Or you can look at it as, if it's a soup can, how much soup is in the can. Liquid. This is all the way full to the top, full of tasty soup, and that too is another way of looking at it, and that's all the contents on the inside. That's the volume. So how you solve these is that you can use the handy dandy equation here, which is pi times the radius squared times the height. So to plug it into the calculator, we can just make it a little easy on ourselves. 3.14 is pi. And then we're going to multiply that by the radius squared. Well, the radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge. Sometimes they give you all the way across, which in this case, it would be the diameter, and it would be 6, but we only want the radius, which is halfway across, and then it's 3. So, and we're going to take that 3, and we're going to square it. And what is 3 squared? It is 9. So we'll put 9 in there. And then the height. The height is like how many stacks there are, or in this case, it's a distance of going up 9. And you know, I forgot we didn't put centimeters. We'll just use centimeters. So we'll go up 9. And so if we take and multiply all these out now, we should get our answer. So if we take 3.14 times our 9, we get that, and then times that by the other 9, and we get an answer of 254.34. And again, that was centimeters. And since it's volume, we have to say centimeters cubed. Okay. Next, we're going to look at the volume of a cone. Now, this cone, if we jump back and forth real quick, you can see it has the same radius and the same height. And if in those situations, the same radius and the same height, we already know that the volume of the cone is only going to be 1/3 of our cylinder. So if we take our volume of our cylinder, which is 254.34, let me make sure I was right. Yep, right there. And we just multiply that by 1/3. Or you could say the 254.34 divided by 3, whatever floats your boat. So we got 254.34 divided by 3, and we get an answer of 84.78. And that too is centimeters cubed. Now, if say you did not have the previous information of the 254.34 and you had to work it out, we can do that too. Let's do it right down here in this little box. So we have 1/3 times the pi, which is 3.14, and then we're going to multiply that by the radius squared. Well, we know it's 3 times 3 again, so that's 9. And then we do the height, which we know is 9, and we multiply all that out, and I'm running out of time here. So first I'm going to take the 1 divided by 3, and that gives me that. So then I multiply that by 3.14, and I multiply that by the 9, and I get that, and I multiply that by the 9, and I get 84.78, which is good. Stay tuned, and we're going to talk about spheres. Thank you very much.